morning, ma'am. Ma'am. Sorry. Fan is just.
Good morning, children.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, ma'am. Close the बैठ जाओ ना बोले वन पॉइंट हमारे को 1 point. Good morning. Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am. How's your problem? Are you in the class, ma'am? Good afternoon, ma'am. Up. Out.
Good morning, children.
Good morning, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am. Abu Hatim का मुझे हाँ फोटो हम आपको डालो इधर लिखो अब Abu tadi nunggu balik kan? Mana dia?
Hi, Neeraj, Ritesh, Diksha, Sharvi.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, children.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Oh, it's a time between good afternoon and good
Good
morning.
afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am. Good
Hi,
afternoon, ma'am.
Neeraj, with a loud voice. Oh my God. Neeraj is very active today, I think.
अभी हमारे सबर पड़ा. Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am.
Hi, Neeraj is very active and saying repeatedly. Oh my God.
Good morning, ma'am. ये मार लगा वो.
Enough. The wishes are done. Enough, children.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you, Neeraj. How are you? Sudiksha has got worship the God and may sit in front of me by keeping all those on her face. Very good. Chavik. Hi, Chavik. Hi, Ritesh. Where is your friend Vineet beside you? Ritesh, Vineet will be sitting by you, no? Yatesh. Neeraj, turn on your video. Neeraj, Yatesh. Okay. Without any delay, let's move to the class. What is the topic covered so far, children? I had told about plants in the plains, and yesterday, ma'am have told about plants on mountains, I think so. Isn't it? Yes or no? Yesterday, ma'am might have completed about plants. Sudiksha, you can text me. The mute option won't be able for you to unmute it. You can use more and go for chat option and you can. Yes, yesterday madam told about mountains. Yes, mountainous plants. I also told they'll be having coniferous and all. And the topic of mountains completed. Now let's move to plants in deserts. Can you see this, children? Okay, I'll make it more comfortable for you. Plants in deserts. The ground in deserts is dry. Yes, obviously the ground in deserts is dry with the sandy. It will have sand. It's very hot climate there. You can't find traces of water. It is dry there. Okay, the area there is really dry with lots of sand. Yes or no? It is too hot at deserts. It is a dry soil. It doesn't have any moisture in the soil. So there is a very little water as it rains very rare. Rare means ఎప్పుడైనా ఒక్కసారి. Very rare it waters, it rains there. So it consists of a very little water. Whenever the rain falls, due to the dry soil and very hot temperature, water will get evaporated soon. Yet plants live and survive. Even though there is a little water and the area is really dry, plants live and survive. There are also some plants, children, which they live in that area. Their roots are adapted to absorb whatever amount of water is available. See, children, let me convey you in Telugu one thing. That is, whatever the plants, human beings, whatever the things it might be, we won't accept the failure. Yes or no? At any condition we will survive. At any condition we will live. Plants don't accept failure. Charvik, stop playing and listen to class, my dear. So plants struggle to grow. Yes or no? In our previous classes also, we told the aquatic animals, like polar region animals, according to the place, they'll get changed. Like that, these plants also changed. Their roots will suck the water. If they find any one drop of water in the soil, they will suck it. Immediately, the plant will absorb the water. Those kind roots they will possess, children. Plants like cactus of many kinds have roots that are spread far out just under the surface of soil. See, children, the roots are not so deeper inside. They will just float on the surface of water, but they'll spread so long because enta దూరంలో water unna it have to suck. So long roots, but not deeper, because wherever it go deeper, no water will be available. To live, children, for such a situation will get adapted. Adaptation is nothing but we change our lifestyle. In the previous days, do we have any online classes? No, no. We don't have any online classes from first to third class. Just now you are having online class. Why we are having online class? We have adapted online class because you can't come here. We can't come to you. Yes or no? That's why we have changed our system of coming to school and we adapted online classes. Like that, plants also adapt many systems, children. There it is no water, it have to find water. So it stretches its roots long so that it can absorb water. According to the situations, manam change avvali. The change is necessary. The change is called adaptation. The change is called adaptation, children. So they can quickly catch even the small amount of water. Here desert plants normally have small leaves. The leaves of cactus are like sharp spines. Here children, if you observe, it is a cactus plant you can see. The leaves are very small. This is a main stem. For the stem only, it doesn't possess any branches like mango tree, apple tree. It doesn't have any branches. The leaves are present on directly stem and those are very small having thorns. If you touch it, children, you feel pain. Yes or no? For roses, you observe thorns, no? Rose plant. Like that only, cactus have a complete thorns on its stems and leaves. These prevent loss of water from the plant. The small shape, thick skin, and the thorns also prevent water loss. Because if there are no thorns, for example, let us think cactus doesn't have any thorns. What you kind of a children will do? You are really naughty children, no? What you'll do? You'll simply pluck the leaf and see what is inside. But what happens for the plant? Very sorrow plant. It can't walk and it can't fight with you. It simply loses its leaf, no? So the water content will be losing from the leaf. So to protect from you kind of a naughty kids and animals, it has thorn-like structures so that it can protect and store water. The cactus plant stores food and water in its thick and fleshy stems covered with the thorns. Ha ha, my Charvik is getting sleepy, Baba. At the time of 12 o'clock, my Charvik is yawning. Papa, how lazy my kids has become. Even at the school, what is the time? You'll run, you'll rush, you'll fight and do everything at this time. But at house, what are you doing? You just want to sleep. How bad it is, ba? It is not good. You have to be very active. You're too young. You have to be very active and rush your mama, papa by doing all those things. And you have to help them. Okay. So here children, the cactus is very thick leaves they have. If you observe aloe vera at your houses, many of your houses have aloe vera, no? Kalabanda we will say. That plant, it have a very thick skin. A leaf is very thick. Very thick. It will store flesh inside. Jelly-like thing will be there. Now, if we cut the leaf of aloe vera, you can see a transparent jelly inside. It is the food prepared by that plant. It is the food prepared by that plant. So it will store the food and water in its leaves also, which are protected by stem. Which are protected by, thorns children. And when there is no rain, the cactus uses the water in its stem. Cactus grows flowers too. See children, when there is no rain, it needs water for food, no? So what does it do? It will use the stored water. We saw no flesh will be there. It will be having flesh inside that which contains water. If when there is a no rain or water source, it will use that water. And cactus plants also grows flowers. Children, do you have any doubts till the topic plants in deserts? Date palm means what, ma'am? Date palm means, Neeraj, it is a plant which is always grown in desert. Dates, we eat dates, no? It is the most popular brand among dates is Lion Dates. Those dates will come from date palm tree. It is a palm tree which has dates in it. It is usually grown in desert or dry areas. Date palm. We'll get dates from that tree. Palm tree, it is a family of palm tree. Its name is date palm. It also has sharp leaves and it's not too long and too short. Still any doubts, children? Neeraj has asked about date palm. And any doubts from others, Sudiksha, Charvik, remaining students? Vasuki, Neeraj, Ritesh, do you have any doubts, children? Till the topic plants in deserts. If you have any doubts, please ask me. Okay. Shall I move to the next topic, children? Good, Neeraj. Nice scoring. Hope all my children are good at their exams. Okay. Let's move to plants in swamps. Then the plants in swamps. Plants in swamps. Swamp means, children, the ground which is near to water. We can simply say the ground is near to water. Low-lying areas. We'll also say low-lying areas where mostly water will deposit. For example, near our houses, when it rains, a huge rain will come. The water don't get drained and it's stuck at some of the areas. It will get stored in some of the areas. Those areas are called low-lying areas and it is nothing but swamps, children. It is not a cultivated ground actually. It is not for farming or planting any kind of trees. Just whenever more amount of water is there, it will get stuck over there. Those places are called swamp areas. And there are some places that have clayey soil and plenty of water. Wherever, children, mostly the water is stuck there, obviously the soil is very clayey. Yes or no? In the desert areas, there won't be no water. That's why it is a loose soil, like sand. Water lenapudu, soil will get dried up and it is very loose. But coming to land filled with water, children, the soil there is really very wet and clayey. Burada, we'll say, burada. But since water cannot drain away, it collects on the ground. Why the water is so clayey? Because the water cannot go away from the place and it stocks there. It's stuck up there and collected by the ground. Mangrove trees grow in such marshy places or swamps. Here you can see they have given a mangrove tree, children. This is how a mangrove tree looks like. These are some of the plants which grow in these places, which have most clay and water is collected at the ground. In such areas, roots of the plants grow above the ground as so to breathe. See, children, in such areas, what about the clayey and the watery areas, the roots are not completely deep inside or not completely outside of the ground. They are on the surface. A few roots you can observe on the surface to breathe, because more water is there inside, how a plant can breathe? So only those roots come up for the breathing purpose. This is because they are not able to breathe under the soil. Such roots are called aerial or breathing roots. Yes, children, at the starting of the lesson, if you turn your pages backwards, you can see on the first we told about aerial roots. No, it might be another class. Sorry. These roots are called aerial roots. The roots which came out of the soil for the breathing purpose are called aerial roots or breathing roots or breathing roots. And this topic we will be telling you in the tomorrow's class, but still now in this topic, if you have any doubts, children, today we have covered plants in deserts and plants in swamps. Plants in deserts and plants in swamps. Any doubts? Swamps is mangrove trees means what? Mangrove trees means it is a kind of a tree which grows on swamp areas. Swamp areas, just now I told, no? Like area which has much water, which has more water. The water can't go anywhere. If it is the slope, children, if it is a hilly area, the water whichever rains, it will be flowing down. But coming to low-lying areas, the water can't go anywhere and it is stagnant. We'll say stagnant water. Now recently we got heavy rains, no? So in the many areas, the water is stagnant. It is not moving anywhere and it got stagnated also. Those areas is called swamp areas, and the trees which grow near the swamp areas you can find having the roots outside, roots facing outside. Those trees are those trees are called as mangrove trees, children. Those are shrubby, bushy like trees. You can observe the bush here, not only just one tree or having a particular leaves like that. And many roots are there, many branches, many leaves. It just look like a bush, a bushy trees. Those are looking in the form of a bushy trees, children. Mostly at the river bases, whenever the river flows, rivers, lakes, at the areas of rivers and lakes, in the forest, water flowing in the forest, like that you can observe these kind of plants. But regularly in our places where we live, we can't find this oftenly. But when you see in some like that National Geographic channels, you can see some plants are floating on the between the water and the land area. With roots, we can observe the roots. Actually, the roots are present inside the soil, children. But these roots you can see with your eye because some of the roots are on the soil, above the soil to breathe. So this is a kind of a tree, Nana. Still any more doubts, children? So let me tell you the hard words, children. Please note down the hard words, Nana. take your pencil and pen and note down the hard words. Have you taken it? Are you ready? Okay. Today's hard words are from the topics children, plants in deserts and swamps. Okay. Or shall I tell from the beginning of the lesson? Okay, right from the beginning of the lesson, children. Can you anyone please tell me till how we have stopped the hard words, giving the hard words? I hope we covered this. Yes. Okay, in terrestrial plants, let me say in terrestrial plants, children. Isn't it okay for you? Okay, from terrestrial plants, I'll tell you the hard words, children. Okay, make a note. Plants in plains, from plants in plains. Plants in plains. Mostly. Mostly. Branches. Branches. Numerous. Numerous. Renewed. Renewed. Periodically. Periodically. Deciduous. Deciduous. Take. People. People. Neem. Banyan. Banyan. Gulmahar. Gulmahar. Now from plants in mountains, mountainous. Mountainous. Hilly. Hilly. Ooty. Kashmir. Kashmir. Dazzling. Dazzling. Himalayan ranges. Himalayan ranges. Himachal Pradesh. Snowfall. Snowfall. Survive. Survive. Instead. Instead. Cones. Cones. Conifers. conifers, needle, needle, waxy, coating, coating, pine, cedar, cedar, trunks, trunks, shed, shed, next, plants in desert, plants in desert, rarely, rarely, adapted, adapted, available, whatever, spread, spread, quickly, catch, catch, cactus, cactus, spines, sharp, prevent, prevent, store, fleshy, fleshy, thorns, thorns, date palm. Now coming to plants in swamps. Plants in swamps, children. Clayey, clayey, plenty, plenty, mangrove, mangrove, marshy, marshy, swamp, swamps, breathe, breathe, aerial, aerial, isn't it clear, children, or you still have any doubts? Have you completed noting down? Okay, fine, children. Thank you. See you in the next class, children. Have a nice day.